now I am here to tell you today that all men have given them unalienable rights, endowed to them by a creator and not by a king, by a day when one would be born by the name of Barack Hussein Obama, a man birthed from a country that has risen from the ashes. My fellow American citizens, I sit in front of this American flag for no other reason but to remind you that your allegiance and your pledge is to what this flag, this material embodies and symbolizes. That our allegiance is to no one man, no king, no politician, no president. It's to this flag. And to this flag, beyond the material, are what it represents, what it embodies. It means sacrifice for those that have gone before us, our forefathers, those who have sacrificed both life, in some cases their own personal liberty, property, who have given their blood on the trenches, on the fight for the revolution of men, for the propelling and the putting forth of democracy, who had given their life for that inalienable right that they themselves deemed given by God, not by man, not by a Supreme Court justice, no court, no professor of academia, no politician, God himself. In fact, the word creator is inscribed in the very monumental walls of those buildings that are built in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Needing no affirmation by man, these rights are being abridged by the current administration. And unfortunately, as I would like to congratulate President Obama and be excited about the fact that the first African-American president now sits in the White House, I am not excited about this particular African-American that sits in the White House. The ideological and the profound differences that we share has created such an enormous chasm that it is almost that it is almost impossible to rejoice in his presidency. Mr. President, I have to tell you, when I heard on the inauguration day the crowds chant your name, I thought the death of America is obvious now. When men of this country and women and children of this country walk around the nation with pictures of your face on their shirts, on their jackets, on their cars, we've lost the very understanding of what has made America great. The fact that we give no allegiance to a particular man or woman, but to the principles, to the rule of law, and to the spirit that God has instilled in this country in its founding, that we would pursue our highest and best possibilities by recognizing they were given by Him, by the Creator. That we would pursue that for the largest benefit of all those who would call America their home. Today, that has been abridged. With the framers of this Constitution and Declaration of Independence, with the very spirit of the great American people. Yes, Mr. President, you are at odds with what has made this country great. You are at odds with what will make this country greater. You are at odds with the founding cornerstone principles that give America the ability to improve itself. You are at odds because you do not recognize that the change that America needs is not that which is in the very fiber of it that has given us all the tools that we need to advance and to pursue our highest both in life achievements, in some cases because our own personal liberty. Mr. President, believe that embodied in you is the answer to all the world, is the answer to all of the ills of the people of this country, and that, Mr. President, is your downfall. Now, Mr. President, I'm about to do something that I think may be considered highly controversial, but please understand the symbolism. I think it's a word that you understand, that is embodied in this act. I'm about to burn your book. I'm about to burn your book because I do not see the purpose in reading it. I believe that you are, again, attacking our very beliefs that were given to us by God, the very cornerstone of this country, and the beliefs that hold us firm. You, Mr. President, are abridging this nation. So, with that freedom of expression that I'm exercising based on my First Amendment rights, I'm burning your book. And I don't like to burn books, but when I find one that is so diametrically opposed to both God and country and truth, that is a book that deserves to be burned. One that is not deserving to be burned, Mr. President, and one that I'd like to recommend that you read, is Mark Levin's book right here, Liberty and Tyranny. Read this book, Mr. President. It would be a great eye-opening event for you. Not because I give allegiance to Mark Levin. I've never met the man. I give allegiance to the truth that is written in that book, in every page. And I think that that is something that all of us as Americans should be wanting of. Truth. No greater truth have I found than this, the truth in God's Word. The Bible. This book is wonderful. And this book has been proven through time and time again to hold more truth and relevancy to culture, to humanity, to mankind, and a great insight into our Creator. This does not cause division, Mr. President. It causes unity. It causes peace and charity. And it talks of that. It's a book in historicity that's been proven more accurate than just about any document known to man. Mr. President, between these two books, I think truth will find its way. If you can be open to God's Word, and if you can be open to reading a book that I think helps to propel many of the beliefs in the Bible, then there's hope. We need no Messiah, Mr. President. We need no king. We need no dictator. We have a Messiah. His name is Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. And as far as a king, Mr. President, this country is the sum total of its people, not of who sits in the White House. Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Kennedy, Roosevelt, yourself. No, Mr. President. What makes America great is that it gives allegiance to this flag behind me. It gives allegiance to what this flag embodies and symbolizes and represents. The people. For, of, by the people. Remember that, Mr. President? It matters. So, understand why I'm burning your book. And I'm asking everyone in America to do in kind as I have done. Burn the book. And read Liberty and Tyranny. Understand something that maybe you might be missing because you've been blinded by the media and by the charisma and the outstanding smile of President Barack Obama. Read the book.